Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Hi students, now I am going to solve your test paper of the subject life science. I want to solve the life science questions from the last because I know most of the students started solving the life science question paper from the first. Just for this reason I don't want to repeat. So I want to start from the last set of life science. So let's see. I have actually opened the last set of life science question paper. Yes. Page number 343. Madrasah Tussalowa High Madrasah. So let's start. The nerve which transmits impulse from CNS. CNS means central nervous systems. The nerve which transmits impulse from central nervous system muscle is efferent nerve or motor nerve, the same name. In which stage? In which stage of mitosis cell division does the nuclear membrane appear? So nuclear membrane appears in the last stage, that is telophase. After fertilization, polar nuclear converted to, we know to polar nuclear at the center converted to endosperm. Flippers of whale and wings of birds. That means a flipper of whale used for swimming and wings of bird used for flight. That means that function is different. If function is different, then that organs are called homologous organ. The conversion of organic nitrogen of dead bodies into ammonium compound by a bacteria is called ammonification. B cells of islets of Langerhans secretes insulin, but in case of alpha cells it will secrete glucagon. Okay, whenever beta cells of islet Langerhans secretes, if this type of process occurs, then you should write insulin. The locomotive organ of earthworm, CETA. The international organization publishes the red data book, that is IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Okay, the full form of this term IUCN may also appear in the exam, so memorize it. The full form of IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. The organisms performs by the process of budding, hydra. It is the example of animal, but in case of plant, it should be yeast. Let's see the next question, number 10. Now I am to zoom, so it will be better for you. Intake of tobacco causes one of the following cancer: oral cancer. But in case of question number 11, only answers were given. Multiple answers were given, but where is the question? So most probability the question would be just like this: 46xy, 44xxy, 44. The karyotype of human being. Here the question would be the karyotype of human being is, and the answer would be this one. Okay, here the question would be the karyotype of human being is, and the answer would be C. Identify the animal who communicates information with other members of its own group through a specific dancing pattern regarding the source of food. And it would be certainly honeybee, because you know two types of dances are performed by honeybees. One is waggle dance, another is circular dance. The probability of hemophilic girl born to a hemophilia. The probability of hemophilic girl born to hemophilia, carrier mother. That means mother is carrier. So I am to answer this in this book, and many of the students told us that it is a very tough to understand. But I'm telling you that it is not tough. If you once understand this, then it will not create any problem to answer this type of questions. See that hemophilia carrier mother. Carrier mother means hemophilia. This one is normal gene, and this is hemophilic gene. Okay, the mother contains both sex chromosomes XX, and normal father means normal X and normal Y. Then what would be this product? Hemophilic girl, probability of hemophilic girl. So I should cross this one. That means normal X. It is also normal X, and and this one normal X and hemophilic X. I will not take Y because they require the answer of only hemophilic girl. Okay, so I find all all babies or all hemophilic girls are normal. That means probability of hemophilic girl is 0%, and the answer would be C. The number of air sac in pigeon lang are 9. The movement of tentacles of leaf in sundew. When an insect comes to the middle, it is called. That means sundew. Sundew means they they eat the protein. Okay, they eat the protein because protein is present in insect. So protein is a chemical substance. So it would start with chemo. Okay, and chemotactic and chemonastic. In case of chemotactics, locomotion occurs, but in case of tentacles, locomotion does not occur. So it would be chemonasty. Now start question second 2.1. Ovule gradually converts into seed and ovary converts into fruit. It would be fruit. Only dash determines sex of the child in human. Y chromosome. Only Y chromosome. You can write Y chromosomes or allosome. You can also write allosome. Only allosome determines the sex of child. Y chromosome or allosome or Hollandic G determines the sex of the child in human. Homologous organs evolved. Homologous means origin is same but function is different. So homologous organ evolved due to divergent. Sorry, due to divergent evolution. By the influence of dash hormone, the hairs of skin gets erected. That is adrenaline. Adrenaline is also called emergency hormone. Adrenaline. Total numbers of carnival nerves, not carnivality, it would be cranial. Cranial nerves in human brain is 12 pairs. The name of an erotic species, it should be exotic, not erotic, it should be exotic species that affect the local biodiversity is lantana camera. Lantana camera. It is a scientific name, so it should be underlined. Lantana camera. But you want to camera, CAMARA. But if you want to write the example of animal, so it would be tilapia fish. But I am writing here the example of plant. All and decide whether the following statements are true or false. So all the tumors are malignant in nature. All the tumors are malignant. This is true. that I am to write only T. T means true. COPD is a disease related to heart and kidney. False, because it is related to lungs. Leaf is modified to phylloclade in cactus to survive under erotic fatigue. This is true. Okay, this is true. And next, patient cannot identify red color in protonopia, a type of color blindness. This is true. Sepal and petals are reproductive parts of flower. Sepals and petals are reproductive parts of flower containing. No, this is false. Because androecium and gynoecium are reproductive parts of flower. Spindle fibers formed from astral rays during animation. This is true. Now let's see the column. Reductional cell division means it should be meiosis. Reductional cell division. Meiosis. Where is meiosis? Mitosis. It should not be mitosis. It should be meiosis. It is printed mistake. I think it is printed mistake. It should be meiosis. meiosis. That means C. Here it should be C. So one point should keep it in your mind, that if the answer is C is related to 2.13, so write this answer at the same line in place of A. In place of A, you should write C with the term meiosis. Okay, here the answer should write in its corresponding line. Don't write in this manner. That means you are making cross here and here, so it will create problem. And most of the time examiner become excited and they avoid this. If they cannot understand, then they pass this. So it should write the answer at the same line. That means 2.13 answer. If the answer of 2.13 is C, then write the whole line C and meiosis at its position. Okay, in a straight line. Presence of neurotransmitter in D. Chromosomal arrangement of human male. That means A. This is A. The process of seedless fruit production without fertilization is called parthenocarpy. B. You can also write this in such a manner. I am writing this, but it is better to write in a same straight line. Apical dominance, auxin. Apical dominance. Where is the auxin? Its answer is not given. Blood coagulation in hemophilia. So its answer would be auxin, but auxin is not mentioned here. Where is the auxin? Auxin is not mentioned there. So EFG, I write auxin, and it should be G. Now let's see the next question. 2.19. What type of materials preserved in cryophagans? Cells, tissues, organs, etc. Okay, this type of cells, tissues, and organs are preserved in cryopreservation. Cryopreservation means storing up or preserving of substances at -196 degree. Okay, 196 degrees Celsius. In which plant new material is found? Mangrove plant. And also write in bracket the on example Sundari. Okay. The scientific name of Sundari plant is Heritiera. So you should write also Heritiera. If you want to know more, then also keep it in your mind. The scientific name of Sundari plant is Heritiera. In which national park of West Bengal red panda is conserved? It should be Simlipal National Park, which is situated at Darjeeling. Simlipal. Singolila. Sorry. Singo Lila National Park, Darjeeling. Singolila National Park. And next question is, name the structural part by which fishes feel temperature, pressure, depth of water. I think it should be lateral line. Lateral line. But in some books you can also find swim bladder. But swim bladder does not perform all these functions. Only lateral line will perform these type of functions. Is embryo haploid or diploid? It is diploid. Embryo is formed after zygote, so it is diploid. Now next question. Name the instrument invented by Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose for measuring plant growth. The name of the instrument is crescograph. CRES, crescograph. GRAPH, crescograph. What are the name of muscles whose contraction causes bonding of limbs? Causes bonding. Whose contraction causes bonding? This would be biceps. Biceps. Which is the largest endocrine gland? This is thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is the largest endocrine gland. Thyroid gland. Now let's see the next question. Group C. I will try to answer the questions. Okay, 60 marks. Here these questions carries 2 marks. And only the short question will try to answer, because the what is definition. In case of definition, you should write or you should see the answer from the book. Okay, 2 differences DNA and RNA. Because it is short answer, I can tell you in a short. So and the question's answer is large. When the question answer is large, then you can find it in your book. But I would say the name of the chapter, and there you can find that in that chapter. Here 2 difference between DNA and RNA. In case of DNA, here sugar is deoxyribose. Okay, deoxyribose. But in case of RNA, sugar is ribose. Write DNA, and here it is RNA. Sugar, in case of DNA, it is deoxyribose, but in case of RNA, it is ribose. One difference. And the second difference, it consists of 2 strands. Okay, it consists of 2 strands, but it consists of single strand. Or you should write single stranded, double stranded. This is also better. Double stranded and single stranded. You should write also another difference, that in case of DNA, the nitrogenous bases are adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. But in case of RNA, the nitrogenous bases are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and uracil. In case of thymine, uracil is present in RNA. Okay. Write the name of 2 genetic diseases which are expressed in human population. One is hemophilia and another is color blindness. Hemophilia and another is color blindness. You should also write thalassemia. It is also genetic disease. Mention changes related to vision, bones at late adulthood phase of human development. Vision at the late adulthood phase of human development, vision becomes gradually weak, so resulting in presbyopia. But bones become porous, that means osteoporosis. And you should write also the second part in this such a manner that at late adulthood phase of human development, bones become porous, resulting in osteoporosis. Okay, and another point, bones become weak, so tendency of breakable is easy. 3.4, describe any two adaptation of sundari plant for tolerance of salt. You know, we can find it in your book. Even after I am to say that salt gland is present in leaves, so extra salt is excreted along with the water. And another is the mature leaf contains maximum salt, and that salt is excreted through the abscission of leaves. Okay, 2 points I have mentioned. 2 points. With the help of cross, show how sex of springs of human is determined. That means sex determination in human being. You should write in a cross only. Okay, so I want to show this in a short that sex determination, sex of offspring. How I want to read once again. With the help of a cross. With the help of a cross, show how sex of springs of human is determined. I am to write a first male genotype. Karyotype of male genotype is 44 autosome plus XY, and female 44A plus XX. Okay, and I'm crossing then gamete. Gametes here, gametes 12A plus X, and another is 12A plus Y. But in case of female, this is male or father, and this is female or mother. Here gamete would be same type X. Okay, both are same, so I'm writing only one. Okay, though even after same I am to write both of the gametes because I am to mention in a checkerboard. This is the checkerboard, and I should write another in such a manner so as to mention the gametes. Here it is male gamete, here it is female gamete. Female gamete means 12A plus X, 22A plus X, and here 22A plus X and 22A plus Y. So in this in this room it should be 12 22 22, that means 44A plus XX. Okay, and here 44A plus XY, and here 44A plus XX, and here 44A plus XY. Bas, checkerboard. You should write this, that is sufficient. Okay, so in final you should say that, or you should write here also, this is daughter, this is son, this is also daughter, and this is son. Bas, just write this and you will get 2 marks. Now let's see the next question. Mention 2 damages is a result of acid rain. You can find it in your book. 2 damages is a result of acid rain, because even after I want to say so that you can memorize, it changes the pH of soil, so reduces the fertility of soil. And another one is acid rain causes necrosis of plants. Okay, also also destroys the leaves of the plant. And another point is accident changes the pH in water, so aquatic animal may dies. And next question is 3.7. Discuss any two roles of people's biodiversity registers in conservation. In conservation local diversity. You can find it in your book. Even after I want to show in my books, because if you don't get the clear cut points in your books, just for this reason I want to show it in my from my book. And see, role of PBR. If you find it better, if you find it better than your book, then you can write this. Okay. And I also show it also the two damages is a result of acid rain. You can also find it because it is also in my book. So if you find it better than your book, then you can write this. 340. I can find it in your book even after I'm giving you, because if it is better in my book, then it will be possible for you to memorize this. Here, see the answer here. Effects of acid rain on environment. These are the effect of acid rain. Okay, see this here. If you find it better, then you can write this. Okay, now let's see the next question. 3.8. Write 4 important features modified in the evaluation of horse. Four important features. You can find it in the book. Okay, you should write height. You should write the finger. You should write the length, etc. Forelimb, hind limbs, etc. Describe the hypo and hypersecretion of somatotropic hormone. Hyposecretion causes dwarfism, and hypersecretion of STH causes gigantism. Okay. Write two significance of meiosis in cell division. One is it chromosome chromosome number remain constant in meiosis cell division, and another is new variation may occur in meiotic cell division. Next is what are the significance of nitrogen cycle. You can find it in your book. Write Mendel's law of segregation. Also see it in your book. Give two examples of cyanobacteria. I want to see it because the answer is short, so I want to write this. Two cyanobacteria, Anabina, and another is nostoc. How do the eyes adjust themselves for viewing near and distant objects? How do eyes adjust themselves? That means accommodation. So you should write the definition of accommodation, because you may also say that when we see distant objects, then lenses focuses on a retina. Okay, and that means write the definition of accommodation. How do you know about transmitter of impulse across the how do you know about transmission of impulse across the synapse? Because we know synapse it is perisynaptic and it is postsynaptic. So impulse passes from presynaptic to postsynaptic through synapse, and synapse contains one type of neurotransmitter, that is acetylcholine, and they transferred the impulse from one neuron to next neuron. Okay. Now next is write two differences between nastic movement and tactic movement. You can find in your book, even after I am to show from my book. If you find it better, then you can write this. It is very important, this question, nesting movement and tactic movement. Now I want to show this from my book. If you find it better, then you can write this and memorize this. Though you are from English medium school, even after I request you to see the answer of the Bengali questions also. Here is the nest difference between nestic and tactic. Nestic and tactic. See the answer, nestic and tactics. Okay, nestic and tactic movement. The two differences given. Two differences are given here. Okay. Let's see the next question. Next question. State the location of meninges and CSF. Meninges is covering of the brain. Okay, covering of the brain. It is of 3 layered. And CSF is found in the brain as well as in spinal cord. Full form of CSF is cerebrospinal fluid. Now group D. Now let's group D. But group D is the long questions, so you can see it from the book. If you don't get the answer of any question, then write to me through message. Then I will try to answer of that question. Okay. Madrasah. Next question is of Uttar Dinajpur Government Model Madrasah. Now see the answer of this question. The first one is, who discovered the sensitivity of plant? Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose. Which is the natural oxygen? Indolastic acid. Where is image formed in eye? Retina. Autosome number in human body is 44. Sex determinant chromosome of female is XXX. This one. Grafting is found in guava. Mendel is popular for postulating laws of inheritance. Who was father of genetics? Mendel. What was the phenotypic ratio in F2 generation of monohybrid cross? Phenotype, that means 3:1. Here 3:1. Which one is the vestigial organ of man? Stomach, pancreas, colon, appendix. How many eggs per day are liberated? It should be liberated by roundworm. 2 lakhs, but it is not. You cannot find it in your book. Even after this type of question is given in the exam, but you also found in some other books 7 lakhs. Roundworm. You can find it some books 2 lakhs, but in some books you can find it 7 lakhs. Now decide which one is correct. See that, because I have seen in two different books. In one book it is mentioned 2 lakhs per day, another book is given 7 lakhs per day. So so both of these answers are correct. Now decide what will you do. So I think this type of questions should not arise in the exam. 7 lakhs in a book. I am to show it from my book. But this type of question you cannot find it in all books. Most of the books you cannot find the answer of this question. You can find it in Darwinism. I see there. Roundworm produces 7 lakh eggs in 24 hours. But I can also show you it in another book 2 lakhs. So write it 7 lakhs, because I am showing you 7 lakhs. Back you can find 2 lakhs, see it or search it in internet, you can find 2 lakhs, not 7 lakh. But in my book, you can find it in 7 lakh. Germplasm theory was proposed by, germplasm theory was proposed by Weishman. Sorry. Germplasm theory was proposed by Weishman. Which one is nitrogen fixing bacteria? Rhizobium. Percentage of nitrogen in air 77.17. This one is correct. Which one is greenhouse gas? Greenhouse gas. Keep it in mind that oxygen and nitrogen is not greenhouse gas, and this type of question appear in physical sciences. Very important in physical science. So which one is greenhouse gas? Carbon dioxide. It is not methane, it is methyl. Mercury causes Minamata disease. Minamata disease in man. And the biosphere reserve located in West Bengal. Biosphere is a biosphere reserve located in the West Bengal. Sundarban. Next question. 2.3. In amphibian and reptiles, the heart is 3-chambered, but incompletely 4-chambered. But here amphibian is also given, so you should write 3-chambered. Pea plant is a leguminous plant. Leguminous plant. Simul is a bird pollinated flower. Helps to reduce blood sugar. Here should be reserpine. Now, true and false. Triceps is a kind of extensor. This is true. In fern, organism generation is found. This is also true. And the name of hemophilia disease is Christmas disease. Now, you know that hemophilia is of 2 types, hemophilia A and hemophilia B. Hemophilia is called royal disease, hemophilia B is called Christmas disease. Now decide, this is one true or false. I think if you give the answer true, it is also correct. If it is false, it is also correct, because hemophilia is 2 types. If it should write hemophilia B, then it is correct, as it is not given the name of hemophilia A or B even after it is given Christmas. So I think rather writing in false, it is better to write true. For A plus XXY is a normal man. No, false, because on X chromosome is given. Venus heart is present fixed. This is true. In Tamil Nadu, Simlipal, it should be Simlipal. Biosphere reserve is situated. It is false, because Simlipal Biosphere reserve is found in Odisha. So it is false. Now matching. Column A, column B. Tiger Sundarban. C. Lung disease asthma. D. Modern house equals H. Pure tail, this one, F. RNA uracil, in RNA uracil is found, which is absent in DNA. The ball and socket, hip joint. Once again, I want to show you that you should write the answer. Suppose C is the answer of question 2.13. So you should write C at the same line. Okay, at the same line. Just write this in case of all question. Answer in a single word or in a single sentence. Give an example of seismostic movement in plant. You should write, give an example of seismostic movement. Touching of forget me not plant. If you touch forget me not plant, then it's its branch would be drooping down. This is an example of cis monastic movement. Okay. Give the full name of IA, indole acetic acid. Indole acetic acid. Relation between lens and accommodation of eye. So you should write this. What is accommodation? Accommodation is the ability of the eye to focus an object on the retina. Okay. So through the lens, it is possible. Without lens, eye cannot focus the image on retina. So through lens, eye focus the image of object on the retina. So lens and accommodation are correlated with each other. What is the full form of DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. What is the unit of asexual reproduction? Spore. Father of genetics, Mendel. What is define algal bloom? Algal bloom is the increase of profusely increase or mushrooming increase of algae due to the presence of phosphate or nitrate fertilizer in the water bodies. As a result, BOD is increases. BOD means biological oxygen demand, and you can find in water pollution. Name on site of crocodile conservation. So write it the example from West Bengal, Bhagavatpur Crocodile Project. Bhagavatpur Crocodile Project. Now, why cancer is known as malignant tumor? Because cancer is known as malignant tumor because cancerous cells grow and spread in an uncontrolled manner. Because cancerous cells grow and spread in an uncontrolled manner or way. Name two changes as a result of acid rain. You can find this question is repeated once again. Two changes as a result of acid rain, that means it changes the pH of soil, so reducing the fertility of the soil. And another one is it causes necrosis in plants or destroy the leaves of the plant. And third point is it corrodes marble or metals. As a result, the marbles of Taj Mahal is deteriorating, and its brightness is also deteriorating. Just for this reason, because sulfur oxide or nitrogen oxide comes from Mathura refinery industry, so that industry is banned. What is nitrogen cycle? You can find it in your book. What is adaptation? What is accommodation? To cope with the changing environment is called adaptation. Define evolution, you can find it in your book. How swim bladder helps rui fish to float or down? You should say that swim bladder consists of two what is swim bladder helps a rui fish to float or drown in frozen, because the swim bladder has two chambers, okay, anterior chamber and posterior chamber. Anterior chambers contains a red gland and posterior chambers contains rete mirabilia. Anterior chambers red gland produces gases. As a result, the body of the fish becomes light in weight and float on the water. But rete mirabilia absorb gases, so it becomes heavy and moves deep inside the water. What is mutation? Abrupt changes in genes that is inherited is called mutation. It was proposed by Hugo de Vries. State about the Mendel's law of segregation, you can find it in your book. 2 symptoms of thalassemia, you can also find it in the book in a point manner. What is chromosome? Show it in your book. Chromosome, chromosome, you can also write it. The chromosome is a thread-like structure consists of nucleic acid, okay, and present in the nucleus, and inherited from one generation to another generation. How do you remember gravity? You can also find it in your book in the chapter reproduction. Give two differences between mitosis and meiosis. So the answer of this question is short, so I am to mention it here. Mitosis occurs in body cell, meiosis occurs in germ cell. Okay, in mitosis 2 cells are produced, in meiosis 4 cells are produced. Number 3, mitosis, in case of mitosis, chromosome numbers remain equal and of the same quality, but in case of meiosis, chromosome number becomes half. What is the endocrine gland? The gland which has no duct and their secretion directly released into the blood is called endocrine gland. Give an example: pituitary gland. Parthenocarpy, production of seedless fruit without fertilization. Production of seedless fruit without fertilization by the application of auxin is called parthenocarpy. And the next, explain the cause of myopia and hyperopia. Myopia, myopia is a defect where a person can see the near object but cannot see the distant objects. It's called myopia, and this type of defect can be corrected by the use of concave lens. But in case of hyperopia, one person cannot see the distant objects but one cannot see the near object but can see the distant objects. This type of defects can be corrected by the use of convex lens. What is synapse? Synapse is a junction between two neurons. Okay. What is its function? Its function is to conduct impulses from one neuron to another neuron through neurotransmitter. What do you mean by pollution? You can find it in your book. Write the definition of opiodum. You can find it also in your geography book. And group D. So you see the group D questions and try to find the answer from your books. If you cannot find, then write to me through message and I would try to answer of that question. And next question is Kuchbihar Government Model High Madrasah. The first question is, which one is the success recessive character? Round P, not it is not recessive. Yellow P, it is not recessive. White 4 o'clock plant, yes, it is recessive. Tall plant, it is dominant. Which one is the toxicity of lead dyslexia? Lead dyslexia. A sex-linked recessive hereditary disease is sex-linked recessive, that is hemophilia, because it is autosomal. Select which genotype is responsible for phenotype of wrinkle and yellow. Wrinkle, yellow P. Wrinkle means it should be small r, and in case of yellow it may be capital Y or small y. So this one is correct. The probability of hemophilic girl children born to hemophilia carrier mother and normal father carrier hemophilia carrier mother. Okay, let's see how to be the answer. I have to write it here because I want to write in my exercise book because the space is very small. What is written? I want to read once again. Probability of hemophilic girl. Probability of hemophilic girl children born to hemophilic carrier mother. Hemophilic Hemophilia carrier mother. I think I have answered this question in the first set. That means I think it would be 0%. Let's see whether it is correct or not. Hemophilia carrier mother. That means it is normal X and it is hemophilic X. And normal father. Normal father means normal X and Y. Because they require hemophilic girl children. So I want to cross it only XX. Why not Y? X, H and XS. This is normal. And here it is XS normal and XH hemophilic. Then all the girl childs are normal. All the girl childs are normal. That is 0%. Okay. The shape of meatum muscle is V-shaped. The genotypic and phenotypic ratio of monohybrid cross of mirabilis jolpa 1:2:1. Which one is not a greenhouse gas? Oxygen and nitrogen. I have told you this before that two gases are not greenhouse gases, oxygen and nitrogen. So oxygen here. The outer covering of human brain. The outer covering of human brain is meninges. It is also 3 layer: duometer, parameter, arcanometer. Which one is Ornithophilus? Ornithophilus lotus, not paddy. It is wind pollinated. It is not also Ornithophilus. Silcom is not. So lotus is correct. Which one is the effect of acid rain? Algal bloom? No. Loss of sulfur? Yes. Hearing loss? No, no. Cardiac problem? No. So B1 is correct. The cause of endangeredness of Sarpagandha. Endangeredness of Sarpagandha. Global warming and climatic change. It is partly correct. Climate change. Invasion of species. Pollution. Overrated. This one is correct. It is suitable in compared to other points. Crossing over is found in Pakitin. What is Pakitin? Earliest ancestor, earliest Eohippus. During which phase of cell cycle does DNA get synthesized? S phase. Oh, sorry. Because I cannot adjust my mobile to show the answer sometimes. Now fill in the blanks. Dash of our brain controls homeostasis, hypothalamus. This one is hypothalamus. The dash hormone present in coconut water, this is cytokinin. Mendel selected 7 pairs of contrasting characters. Full form of SPM, this means suspended particulate matter. You can find it in air pollution. An example of tropic hormone. An example of tropic hormone ACTH or GTH or TSH. Write any one of these. The dash is a living fossil, Ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba. This is living fossil and it is a plant. If you want to write the example of animal, then write peripatus. Now true and false. Zoological garden is an example of XC2. Yes, this is true. Tobacco is a source of lung cancer. No, it is oral cancer. False. Worker bees perform a waggle dance when the food source is more than, this is true, more than 100 meters. Different forms of same gene are called loci. False. It should be allele. DTT is responsible water pollution. This is true. NN is for weed control. False. It should be 2,4-D or 2,4,5-D. It is false. Now thyroxine, thyroid iodine. D. ACTH, Cushing syndrome. E. Multiple division, plasmodium. Wings of bird and bat, homologous. C. Color blindness, X-linked. This one. The next question. What is planospore? Planospore is a motile spore. Planospore is a motile spore. It is a motile spore. Example, zoospore of fungi. Which part of the flower turns into seed after fertilization? Ovule. Deficiency of which blood coagulation factor leads to hemophilia B? 9 factor. Hemophilia B is called Christmas disease. 9 factor. Which gland is known as master of master gland? That means hypothalamus. If it is mentioned that master gland, then it should be pituitary. But master of master gland, that means hypothalamus. Hypothalamus. Metastasis. What is metastasis? Spreading of cancerous cells to all parts of the body through blood is called metastasis. I want to say it once again. The spreading of cancerous cells to all parts of the body through blood is called metastasis. Or in short, spreading of cancerous cells through blood. Select word 1. Botanical garden, ex-situ conservation, zoo, ex-situ, cryopreservation, ex-situ, national park. It is in-situ. That means this one is correct. Write down a name of denitrification bear. Pseudomonas denitrificans. Pseudomonas denitrificans. Choose the word 1 and write. Dwarfism, goiter, thalassemia. Except thalassemia, all are the deficiency diseases of hormone. It is a autosomal or genetic diseases. Except this, all are hormonal deficiency diseases. Write down the full form of COPD. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. DISEAS. Disease. Pulmo means lungs. It is lungs disease. This disease, COPD means the lungs is completely damaged. Fill in the blank. Acid rain, air pollution. That means air pollution. Acid rain is caused due to air pollution. Algal bloom is caused due to water pollution. Here it should write water pollution. Who is the leader of Chipko movement? Chipko movement, Sundarlal Bahuguna. Sundarlal Bahuguna. Now next question of 2 marks. Write 2 differences between self-pointed and postmodern. You can find it in your book. What type of cell division is known as reductional division? Because my message is called reductional division because the chromosome numbers become half in the offspring. That's why it's called reductional division. What is regeneration? Regeneration means production of the whole organisms from any part of the body, but from any fragment of the body. An example is planaria. What is hypermetropia? Hypermetropia is a defect where a person cannot see The cannot see the near objects but can see distant objects clearly. How it can be corrected? It can be corrected by the use of convex lens. What is saltatory conduction? You cannot find it in your book. This is new type of question. So I want to write it in my exercise book. So if you feel it necessary, then write it. Saltatory conduction. Saltatory conduction. The term cell tear. The term cell tear is derived from Latin word. Sorry, the term saltatory. Here it should write saltatory. The term saltatory is derived from the Latin word saltare. Saltare. Which means to live. Okay, which means to live. The process by which impulses moves. The process impulses moves. Impulses moves along myelinated action in a leaping pattern. Leaping pattern. In a leaping pattern from one node of Ranvier to the next. Okay, is called saltatory conduction. This is a new type of question. You couldn't find it in your book, though it is not included in the syllabus. Even after, if you feel it necessary, just for this reason I write this on my exercise book. Now I've written this, so I want to read it once again so that you can understand it, because my writing is very small. So saltatory conduction. The term saltatory is derived from Latin word saltare, which means to live. Live means in Bengali it's called লাফানো, এক জায়গা থেকে এক জায়গায়। তো suppose it is action, myelinated action, that is, it is myelinated action. So when nerve impulse passes through the action, so it is myelinated. That means it acts as insulating agent. So it jumps from one node to next node. This is called to live. So the process by which impulses moves along myelinated action in a leaping pattern from one node of Ranvier to the next is called saltatory conduction. Okay. Now let's see the next question. Saltatory. What is national park? Give example. You can find it in a book. Example of national park is Singolila National Park, Darjeeling. Biomagnification is increase of toxic substances in the body of aquatic animal. This is called biomagnification. So write any two function of glucagon. Glucagon increases blood sugar, and another one, it helps in the protein metabolism. It also helps in fat metabolism. It breaks glycogen into sugar. These are the functions of glucagon. The roller and normal tongue. Roller tongue is controlled by the dominant gene, okay, and normal is controlled by the recessive gene. In case of free is controlled by the dominant gene, and attached lobe is controlled by the recessive gene. It is variation. Roller and normal tongue is variation. That means dominant variation. Roller tongue is dominant variation and normal tongue is recessive variation. Cite two example of vestigial organ. One is appendix and another one is coccyx. Pancreas is a mixed gland. Justify it. Because pancreas is mixed, not because it contains both exocrine gland and endocrine gland. In case of endocrine gland, it has no duct and their secretion is directly mixed with the blood. Example, insulin, glucagon. But in case of exocrine gland, it has duct and their secretion or digestive enzymes passes through the duct into the blood or target organ. Okay, example, a pancreatic juice. Write two differences between homologous and analogous. You can find it in your book. Maybe some books does not contain the differences in the book, so for this reason I need to show it in my book. If you find it necessary, you can write it. Otherwise, memorize it from your book. Analogous and homologous. And this one here. Analogous and homologous organ difference. Okay. If it is simple language, then memorize this. Otherwise, reject it and memorize from your book. Now next, where is the next? What is synapse? Synapse is the junction between two neurons. Explain the problem could be faced if air sac is lost during the flight of pigeon. If air sac is lost during flight of pigeon, then supply of oxygen cannot be possible. Automatically, energy cannot be produced. So the pigeon may come down, okay, or may fall on the ground. 44A-XY reproductive mother cell. And gamete means it should be half of this. Half of this means 2 gamete would be produced. 12A plus X, write in oblique manner, 12A plus Y. It should be in this position. Spore formation, fungus. Spore, here would be fragmentation. Why the cactus leaves transfer into spine? Because to reduce transpiration and protection. To reduce transpiration and protection. And to protection. You should add in a point. Okay, this one is 1 point and this one is 2 point. What happens if cytokinase does not occur after karyotype? If cytokinase does not occur after karyotype, then multinucleate condition or multinucleate cells will be formed. Multinucleated cells would be formed. Now, this is group D. So you should write it from the book. So because I have to go to the school, so I don't want to solve any question further. I will try in the next time. So I have solved three sets. So try to memorize this, and if you find any problems, but while in my discussion, if I make any mistake, then write in my message, then I will try to correct that. Okay, try to continue because the time is very short, so try to continue your reading so that you may get good marks. And I also pray to my Almighty Allah so that you can get good marks and be happy and keep safe and eat healthily and remain healthy. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.